All right, what's up, Dream Warriors? Welcome back to another episode of a podcast on Elm Street. I'm Mark,
And Brooke.
and we have officially wrapped up our birthday month of March, where we did two franchise watches. We did Infinity Pool, and we did a Patreon exclusive of uh
You can do
Nightmare on Elm
it.
Street 3, Dream
There you
Warriors. There we go.
go.
There we
There
go.
you
I got it.
go.
I was like, I know we just talked about this last week. Um, And this month, because it's April and April showers, we decided to do movies that make you wet.
Yes. Should have done movies that make us wet and freezing because we got freezing rain up here yesterday. And it's been a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, man. Yesterday was fucking wild. We didn't get hit as hard as you guys did, but
No, we got it bad. We got it bad.
mm, yeah, there's places that are out of power until like tomorrow afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, craziness.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, to kick off this month, it's my pick of The Shallows from 2016. Hard to believe this
That's
movie's 7 years old already.
yeah. Yeah.
I remember when it first came out. But yeah, I don't know. You kind of need to have a shark movie
Yeah.
with this theme, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we're gonna have another one by the end of the month, but
Maybe.
maybe not. I don't know. Um, but yeah, before we start talking about the movie, let's kick off our news and booze.
Yes.
So, what are you drinking tonight, Brooke?
I'm glad you didn't forget this time. So I went to LCBO, picked up some brewskis. I am drinking a Game Time Brew Company Get the Puck Out Pilsner.
Nice.
Yep.
Playoffs are
Yeah,
coming up soon, so
exactly.
that's
Exactly.
fitting.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. Well, I guess keeping with the hockey theme in a sense, I'm drinking Big Rig Brewery's Alpha Bomb.
Nice. We just went to Big Rig on Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in a while, but
I
it's
I,
good.
I don't like their food.
Okay.
We
Hopefully they're
went
not
for
listening.
her dad's birthday, and they love Big Rig pizza.
Yeah.
But I just think it's terrible.
Just the pizza or like all the food?
All the food. I've had bad experiences every time I went.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That sucks.
yeah. But the beer is good, so
Yeah, the beer is good.
yeah.
All right. What have you been watching since we last talked?
A few things. I've really been slacking my horror game, but I don't know. I guess to save it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Since we last spoke, hey, I did watch a horror movie.
Oh yeah.
I watched Dead Silence. I picked up the 4K, so watched that, and
Nice.
fucking great movie. I could watch that movie anytime. We want to watch Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, the new one in theaters. I really enjoyed it. I didn't really have high hopes for this movie. Kind of
Mm,
was going in it kind of with low expectations, which is might have worked out for the best because I had a great time with it.
that's good.
It was funny. The lore and stuff I did really well. Chris Pine is awesome. Yeah, it was fun.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, it is.
It's getting good reviews.
Then I watched the new movie on Apple TV called Tetris, which has Taron Egerton.
Hmm.
Pretty much about the like how Tetris came to be like around the world and stuff like that. I did read that a lot of it is like hyped up for Hollywood,
Yeah.
but I thought it was still interesting. A lot of stuff I didn't really know about. Yeah, I really recommend it, especially if you
Nice.
love video games.
Now, is this like one of the Apple TV's free movies, or did you have to rent it?
No, it was free. It was
Oh,
free.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then I picked up Tar on 4K. Kind of went in it blind. Um, it was very weird. I don't know. I think I'll have to watch it again. It's pretty long. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I thought it was going to be kind of like Whiplash, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Some parts of it are similar, but I just thought it was weird. I thought Kate Blanchett did a fantastic job, and I could. I think she probably should have won Best Actress, but I mean, it's
Really?
so I don't know. It's such a toss up between the two, but yeah, I
Hmm.
really like Kate Blanchett in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Nice. Very cool.
How about you?
For me, we watched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Nice.
I fucking loved that movie, man.
Yeah, I need to watch
Just
it.
like the animation style was so cool. It was a really good story. It kept me like fully engaged through the whole thing. The boys
Hmm.
loved it too. Like it had them like glued to the TV. So all around very good movie. um and Brady's obsessed with Pokemon, so I introduced him to the first movie.
Oh man,
It's so good.
man, I watched. I remember watching that movie in theaters
Yeah.
back whenever Brockville had their first movie theater.
Yeah.
And I remember when you went there and got a ticket, you got a free Charizard Pokemon card.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And yeah, man, that's crazy.
It's such a good movie. Um, but yeah, like I told Brady, I was like, yeah, like I watched this, like I wasn't much older than you whenever this movie came out, and he thought that was pretty
Hmm.
cool. But yeah, great time. And then keeping up with the family movies, I watched The Wizard of Oz the same day
Okay.
as Pokemon. I was browsing through, I think Crave it was, and I saw it on there, and I was like, you know what? I haven't watched this in a long time. I love this movie. I'm going to watch it.
Hmm. I want to rewatch this movie because I've seen a lot of people lately on TikTok and stuff like saying how this movie is insanely overrated.
The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
Now I haven't seen it in forever, but I mean, a lot of people don't like this movie.
That's silly. Oh well.
Yeah.
I just realized I watched four movies on April 2nd. Holy fuck. We went to Sarah's parents that night, and that's where I watched The Great Outdoors.
Nice.
We all watched it while we had supper. It was on TV. And then that night I watched The Resort. And to be perfectly honest with you, man, I don't
Hmm.
remember anything about this fucking movie. I
I
obviously
don't.
didn't like it.
Yeah, apparently.
uh, yeah, I don't remember what happened.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
No, don't recommend it, obviously. And then I watched Aftermath, which is a quick 30-minute short film that I saw on a couple of TikTok, um, like most disturbing movies lists.
Okay.
And I wanted to check it out, and it's not worth your time.
Hmm.
If you read my review, it's this fucking morgue worker who is working like the graveyard shift. He's in there by himself, and he starts like molesting a corpse.
Okay.
And yeah, it's bad. It's just like I said in my review, I said like this is just one of those movies that someone made to say like, hey, look what I can get away with. There's
Hmm.
no plot, no dialogue, no nothing. The the one star that I gave it is because it had good practical effects.
Okay.
But besides that, it's a fucking shit ass movie, and I don't recommend watching it.
Hmm. Yeah, I just looked. The resort has like a 1.4 on Letterboxd.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Man.
Obviously, I'm gonna pull it up and see what the fuck's it even about. Did I even? Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah, it's not great. I was high off my tree watching it. So yeah, that's all I watched.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, it's time for the news. few things I have here. The teaser trailer for Maxine has dropped now. You don't see any bits of the
Oh shit,
movie.
really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you don't see any parts of the movie. It's just like the opening credits is kind of basically what it was.
Oh, okay.
But we saw that obviously Mia Goth is going to be in it.
Hmm.
Kevin Bacon.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Giancarlo Esposito is in it.
What?
Michelle Monaghan, Bobby Cannavale, Lily Collins, and Halsey
Wow, that's a
are all going to be
fucking
in it.
pretty big cast.
Yeah, it got me hyped. Like I really want to know what
Yeah.
everybody's going to be doing in the movie.
Hmm.
But yeah, so there's that. Not really news, but yesterday, uh, Evil Dead the remake celebrated its 10th birthday yesterday, which
Hmm.
makes me feel extremely old
Yes.
because I didn't realize it was fucking 10 years old. Next, Five Nights at Freddy's movie has officially got a release date of April 27th, 2023. So just in time for Halloween. I'm very excited for this movie. I've never played a Five Nights at Freddy's game,
Yeah, me either.
but Brady watches a lot of YouTube and there's a
Yeah.
lot of like YouTube videos about it and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And if they do it properly, I think it could be like actually pretty scary. So I hope
Yeah.
that it's going
Yeah.
to be good.
We shall see.
Yeah. And my last bit of news, Scream 6 has crossed the $100 million mark at the domestic box office. And it
Nice.
is the first movie in the franchise to do so since Scream 2.
Sick.
That's just domestic, not worldwide.
Nice. Yeah, I saw a TikTok of some movie guys I follow, and they did like the top 10 grossing horror franchises, and Scream was, I think, number nine, but it was like only $1 million behind Halloween, so like it will
Okay.
pretty much pass Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Halloween has like 11 movies.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
Well, I mean,
doing
Friday the
well.
13th wasn't even on the top 10.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Sucks to suck, Jason.
Neither was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay. I'm
I'm
not
just saying.
surprised. I'm not surprised, really. Sucks to suck, Freddy.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got for 4Ks?
4Ks, not this much this week. There's a bunch of Star Trek movies being released.
Okay.
Um, Midnight Run, which I've never seen. The Maltese Falcon, Cool Hand Luke, not too much, but
A lot of
the
older
big one
ones.
that came out this week was a A24 shop exclusive. Um, the Lighthouse on
Mm.
4K, which I did pick up, and you can go check out some videos. I know you posted it on Instagram. I'm not sure if you're doing. I'm sure you're doing TikTok and YouTube probably too.
Yeah, I just haven't put it up on those
Yeah.
yet.
So yeah, go check out the video if you want to see what it looks like. I did pick it up. It kind of sucks because like the A24 shop is in the States only, so
Mm.
like it is pretty pricey, like pretty much over $100 almost after it's all said and done. But
Hmm.
I don't know, I think it's worth it. Will go nice with my Midsummer one. So
Hmm.
um yeah. If they do one for Robert Eggers' other movies, uh, or even Ari Aster, I think would be
Hmm.
sick. And I didn't realize that we're getting Beau is Afraid so soon.
Yeah,
Comes out
that's
this month.
this month. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's a very busy month for movies.
It
We're getting
is.
a lot.
Yeah.
Like we already got Super Mario movies out.
Hmm.
Um, Air, the Michael Jordan
Yeah.
movie, is out this weekend. Evil Dead Rise comes out this weekend. I don't know. Yeah, there's or not this weekend, this month.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of shit. It's gonna be
Yeah.
good. All right. I guess that's it. We can cue the theme music and dive on in. All right, like we said in the intro this week, we're talking about The Shallows from 2016. Starting off with the synopsis. A mere 200 yards from shore, surfer Nancy is attacked by a great white shark, with her short journey to safety becoming the ultimate contest of wills.
You should come over here.
I'm good here, thank you. Get out! Shark!
Movie is directed by Jaume, Jaume Colette Serra, who did Black Adam, Jungle Cruise, The Commuter, Run All Night, Orphan, and House of Wax.
Mhm.
So he's got a pretty good resume.
Yeah.
And he's got Jungle Cruise 2 coming out as well. I don't know when it's coming out, but the cast list, I only put 3 people for the cast because it's a very short cast.
Yeah.
Starting off, obviously, is Blake Lively, who plays Nancy. She's known for her roles in Gossip Girl, The Town, A Simple Favor, Savages, and Green Lantern. The camera keeps moving. I'm moving too much. Next up, I have Oscar Janata, who plays Carlos. He's in The Losers, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, Rambo: Last Blood, and Hands of Stone. And lastly, I have Brett Cullen, who plays Nancy's dad. He was in Joker, The Dark Knight Rises, 42, Narcos, Ghost Rider, and The Replacements.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had anybody. You doubt it.
Yeah, I got our boy Sully Seagull. No, he's actually in the cast list.
That's awesome.
He's like a rescue from Australia or something like that. So
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
it's funny because I actually do mention him way later on.
Yeah,
I never even thought to put him in the cast list.
But no, that's pretty much. I was gonna say Brett Cullen, but you already said him. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Those are the only 3 that I recognized out of anybody. I mean, like, there's 2 surfers that are in it for like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There's like some random guy that's passed it on the beach. He's in it for like 45 seconds, and like, it's not a big cast list at all.
No.
So short and sweet. Let's talk about this movie.
Yeah. I was watching this movie and I was thinking that they make so many shark movies, but sharks aren't even that deadly, right?
No, that's very true. What's that stat? Like more people get killed by a cow every year than sharks or something like that.
So like, I think a fucking hippo horror movie would be sick.
Dude, that would be fucking wicked.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Because it's like, like all these like shark movies, like especially this one, like they didn't really do anything to entice the shark, right? So like the reality of this shark wouldn't actually attack them, right?
Well, yeah, and I think the whole premise is like the shark has already been hunted by humans, so now it's like out for blood, basically. And I think that's the only explanation for why it stays with her for so long.
Oh, really?
Well, like a shark's not going to circle around her for that long, like for days like that.
Yeah.
Especially when there's a fucking dead whale like 100 feet away from her.
Or is it because you think that she was near the dead whale that like it thinks that she's in its territory or something like that?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's more like an attack thing.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. But I just like, I can't see a shark staying with her for that long.
No.
And like,
no.
He's made it personal. Like, he is like fucking her shit up. Like, she's on top of the whale at one point and the fucking shark smashes into the whale. Then she gets to the rock and he's attacking her while she's on the rock. And then she gets to the buoy and he's fucking detaching this buoy from the ocean floor. It's like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Like this thing's just relentless.
yeah. But yeah, I think a hippo movie would be fucking sick.
Oh, it'd be so sick. That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
I'm all for that.
All right, let's do it.
All right. we'll go rent out a hippo.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie is kind of new to me, honestly. Like, I've known about it for a while, but I don't think I watched it the first time till like maybe 2 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, but it's kind of like a one location,
Mhm.
pretty much just Blake Lively in this. And I read that she wanted to take this on because her husband Ryan Reynolds did Buried,
Mhm.
which I haven't seen in a long time, pretty much since it came out. But she felt like inclined to kind of challenge herself because it seemed like he really enjoyed doing that and like could push
Mhm.
himself. So I think that she wanted to kind of do the same and prove to herself that she could do something like this.
Yeah. Who do you think did a better job?
I'd have to rewatch Buried. It's been like,
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know, the movie's been probably came out around this time, I would think, right? Or before this.
Yeah, I think it was like, well, obviously before because she took on the
So
role.
like 2005. So it's like probably 10 years ago. I mean,
You got your dates wrong.
Jesus Christ. Probably like 20 years ago, whatever.
No, no. It was probably like the year before this one,
Oh, okay, okay.
like 2015, maybe 2014. Let's see.
I feel like it was like 2008 or 2007.
No.
Yeah, because I was in high school still.
Okay, fuck. It's 2010. 2010.
Yeah, okay,
I
so I
guess
just graduated, yeah.
you're not too far off, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow, as if.
But yeah, and I think she did a great job in this movie.
Mhm.
Even the director, like I think keeps you engaged and you get a little bit of like backstory on her character
Yeah.
of why she's there. Like they're in Mexico, I believe, or that's what it kind of looks like.
Mhm.
She's trying to find this beach that her mom went to whenever she was really little when she was pregnant with Nancy. And her mom died of cancer. You don't like hear it, but she like it shows it in like pictures she's looking at her phone
Mhm.
when she's on her way there. And she did come with a friend of hers, but their friend, I don't know, just got hung over and decided to stay back.
Shitty friend. Shitty
Yes.
friend.
Yes.
All of this. Well, I mean, in a way, like if there's two people out there, you know one of them's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
So she saved her ass by getting too drunk the night before.
That's true. That's true. But I did like the setting of this movie. I thought like the location looked really nice. Like the cinematography looked great. This like kind of little like secluded beach was really nice. There's only like two other surfers there. She has this whole area to herself pretty much, and like Carlos that she meets is like super nice, gives her a ride for free. And I was surprised that he didn't come back for her
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
because he was like pretty concerned. He's like, how you getting back? And she joked, she's like Uber, and he's like, what's Uber? And she's just like, oh, never mind. And he's like, make sure you don't surf at night or whatever like that. The sun's gonna be down in like 2 hours. And she's like, I don't surf at night. So
yeah,
well,
and like
I guess he didn't live at the resort, so maybe he just thought she got back on her own, but
at the end, like he gets there pretty quickly.
because he lives nearby, I think.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. So I guess maybe he wouldn't have even known that she never came back.
No.
But like he's very skeptical to bring her out there in the first place. Like he won't tell her the name of the beach. It's a very secret beach to the locals.
Yeah.
And like even I mentioned before, there's two surfers out there already. And even they were like, how did you find this place? And
Yeah.
so there's like a lot of not red flags, but like there's a lot of questioning as to how she gets there, how she knows about the place. Like I'm surprised Carlos even took her there.
Yeah.
Considering how secretive it was to the locals.
Yeah. It's a nice place. I'd keep it secret too.
I would too.
Yeah.
You turn that into a tourist attraction that's going to go to shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So at the start of the movie, you do see a kind of like flashback-ish. The kid at the end of the movie, he finds the helmet and then he sees the footage. You don't see what's on the camera, but he
Mhm.
runs and gets help. And then it cuts to Nancy coming to the beach. She has like a sister who's still alive, younger sister. Her mom's passed. Her dad is back in Texas or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah,
And she's a medical student, Nancy.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what better person than to take care of herself stranded
Hmm.
on a rock with a shark?
All works out. But yeah, I felt like the beginning of the movie didn't really drag too much.
Hmm.
Like there is like that typical like surfing shot with the montages and the
Mhm.
music and stuff like that, and it kind of feels like a bit like
Blue
teeny,
Crushy.
a bit. Yeah, Blue Crushy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I like that movie. I don't even care.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
But like, yeah, all these like extreme sports movies, like this isn't really an extreme sport movie, but like they always have that montage of
Yeah.
just them doing their thing. Like Blue Crush,
Hmm.
this one, like Lords of Dogtown, there was always like
Oh yeah, yeah,
the big montage.
yeah. So yeah, she swims out there and she sees these two other guys that are surfing as well, and they're kind of like questioning her, kind of like chirping, flirting her a little bit, like
Hmm.
what are you doing? Do you surf in Texas? And he's like, nothing like this, and they're kind of like flirting with her, like cheesing her a bit.
Hmm.
Uh, what was your vibe of them like? Especially at the one part whenever they leave, like did you think that they like were gonna steal some of her shit?
They, I don't think they did anything wrong,
Hmm.
but in this day and age, you just automatically assume that
Yeah.
something wrong's gonna happen.
Well, I think she
And
knew that too, right?
yeah,
Because she's like watching them and then like she kind of like looks back and then she looks away and she just starts like laughing at herself because like she's like, why would I assume that they would take something?
yeah, and like you could kind of interpret what they were doing as like giving off kind of like creepy vibes, but like again, I don't think they were really doing anything wrong. Like they were just like, what's a like she's blonde, like what's a blonde girl like you? They're being
Hmm.
stereotypical sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Um, and kind of questioning her ability. And then once they saw that she could like hang with them, they were like super open
Yeah.
to being out there with her. But even at one point, they're like, "Why don't you come over with us?" And she's like, "Nah, I'm good over here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to really get too close to you guys." But then she
Yeah.
kind of warms up to them a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know if I was them, I like they leave and then because they're like, oh, you coming in with us? And she's like, no, I'm gonna get one more ride in.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know, I felt like they should have like, got to the shore, taken off their stuff, packed with their van, and then just like waited
Yeah,
until she did her last ride.
I
Because like she's
agree.
the only person in this area. Like,
Yeah, she's not
I don't know,
familiar with it.
maybe it's just different like thinking because I don't know, because that's like what they do every day, right? So they don't
Mm.
think anything could happen, but I don't know.
But like they know obviously that she doesn't know the area very well. Like what if she like take the shark equation out of it? Like she
Yeah.
could have fucking cracked her head off the rocks or got hung up in the coral or anything like that.
Yeah, because they
And she
do
would have been fucked.
mention, I think she asks like what's like dangerous away around here or something like that. And like they
Hmm.
mention the little like rocks that like when the tide um goes out, then like a little island kind of forms.
Hmm.
And then like they said like the a certain coral reef, I think it's like the
Fire
red
coral.
dragon. Oh yeah, fire coral, yeah.
Red
Uh
dragon.
I don't know, that's
You were close.
that's the closest thing I could think of. It sounded like fucking it could hurt.
Dragons breathe fire. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So yeah, and then like uh yes, they go in, she does one last ride, and I think the shot of the shark in this wave is fucking sick.
Yeah, it's wicked.
because she's doing like the one last wave, and then you see like the shark under the water, and then like as the waves coming up like behind her, you see the shark like coming through the wave,
Hmm.
and you just see like the shadow of it, and then it like hits her surfboard,
Yeah.
and then yeah, shit goes south. She falls in the water. I think she does she hit the coral at this part?
I think she hits a rock. Like she goes tumbling around the
Right,
rocks. I don't
right.
think she hits the coral. Like she steps on it at one point when she's trying to get up on the rock.
Yeah.
But like
So
she
yeah,
gashes her leg wide open. Like her thigh is just fucking tore apart.
yeah. So she gets this rock because the tide is out right now.
Hmm.
Um, because it's turning into nighttime, and she gets this rock. She steps on the coral, and like, oh man, that fucking hurt me.
Oh yeah.
Because the shark's trying to get her. And then, oh wait, no, she's on the whale first, right? Before she
Yeah.
goes to the rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's on the whale, and did the guys leave when she's on the whale or the rock?
I think on the whale.
It must be because they would have heard it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's on the whale, and it's like dead, obviously, and all these fish are eating it and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, so she's in the whale, and she's like trying to call for help. They're still on the beach, like packing up and stuff like that, and they're driving away, and then they stop, and you think they're gonna see her, but they don't. They just repack their shit because something fell out, and then they drive away. And she's like screaming, and then she's on the whale for a little bit, and then the shark um like pushes the whale kind of so it like falls down into the water even more. And then she like jumps off the whale and swims to this island, and that's where she like steps on the coral. Oh wait, no, she gets bit by the shark before this,
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
in her leg. A lot of fucking blood, like
Hmm.
a lot.
Yeah, because it bites into her thigh, so it's
Yeah,
like big meaty fucking chomp.
yeah, he was just having his dinner, man. So she gets to the island, steps in the coral, fucks up her foot. So she's on the island, and she's there for a bit. She's bleeding out. She knows she has to, so she has like a necklace her mom got or something like that. Kind of looks like a shark tooth almost, except
Hmm.
it's metal. And she has like two pieces of it, and she like sews it into her leg in two spots to kind of close it a bit.
Yeah.
And I like this scene a lot because she's like talking to herself. She's like, "Okay, Nancy, just take a seat back. This is only gonna take a minute." And like kind of like narrating how it would be like in a doctor's office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she uses her like the safety strap for her surfboard. She like ties a tourniquet around her leg too.
Mhm.
She's really good at I don't know, being resourceful with what she has, even though like it's very limited.
Yeah.
Because like she
Yeah.
uses her wetsuit as a compression
Mhm.
sleeve for it, and
Yeah.
it's I don't know if it was anybody else out there, but other than a medical student, they'd probably be fucked.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. 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 Um, yeah. So she's on this rock for a while. Uh, I think the seagull joins her in the morning. She's like her leg started to turn gangrene because it's
Oh, it was
all
nasty.
fucked up. The seagull that's on the island with her is I don't even know what I'm calling it an island. It's literally just a rock. It's like 2 meters across. It's not that big.
Yeah.
But she calls it like Steven Seagal or
Yeah.
Seagull,
Seagull. Yeah.
which is funny. But it has like a broken wing too, and
Hmm.
reminded me of the lighthouse a lot.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, she's pretty much the movie. Like she's just sitting on this rock, just waiting to survive, pretty much, because there's not much she can do, right?
Yeah. She can't, like, the shark is literally circling around the rock that she's on.
Yeah, because it's going from like the rock all around the whale,
Yeah.
and then she like times it. There's a buoy that's I think like
A
what she
100 yards away
says,
from her or something.
something like that. Yeah. Um, and then like another rock is starting to form because the tide's getting even lower.
Hmm.
So I think sometime in the morning, she No, she doesn't go to the rock yet. Because the next morning, I think the surfers come back, right?
Yeah.
Uh, and I don't know, they're kind of idiots to be honest. Like, I guess
I
they don't know there's.
honestly,
I guess they don't know there's a shark, but
yeah.
it's like, okay, you come to the beach, you see the same girl from yesterday on a rock. You must like somehow put like two and two together because like she can obviously swim, so like
Hmm.
she could just paddle back, even if her leg was fucked up, she could just paddle back to the
Yeah.
beach. It's only 200 yards away.
Yeah.
But they both decide to swim out there on their surfboards. I thought the suspense in this movie was really well done too,
Hmm. Yeah, it was.
especially with this scene because like the waves are like bobbing
Yeah.
and like she sees them, she's like yelling at them, like, no, don't, like she's doing like there's a shark, but they're still coming and you see like the waves are like going perfectly where she sees like the shark fin behind them and the waves
Mhm.
are like going. So like at one point it hides them and you think, oh fuck, they're dead.
Yeah.
And the wave come back down, you see them still there. And then all of a sudden the guy in the back doesn't have the camera in his head. The shark just comes flying out of the water, destroys him. And then the other guy, he kind of makes it to the rock, but he doesn't.
Same thing happens with him too. Like the wave goes up and he disappears, and then it comes down and it's like he's gone. It's like, oh
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah. Um,
I
I will.
thought.
Oh, go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead.
I was gonna say I will say the CGI in this movie is not great.
Hmm.
Well, okay, the shark when it's underneath the water like doesn't look too bad, but
Hmm.
the dolphins, whenever the
Yeah.
dolphins like jumping over her head before, it was like that looked terrible.
Yeah.
This kill did look really bad too, I thought,
Yeah.
when the shark jumped out of the water and killed the guy, but
Just goes to show how quickly CGI can turn to shit.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
like this movie's only 7 years old.
yeah, yeah. What were you gonna
Um,
say?
I was gonna say like up until we saw his surfboard kind of floating towards her, I thought that this was a mirage for her. Like I thought she was hallucinating due to blood loss.
Oh, like you thought they weren't real?
Yeah. But then
Hmm.
like we see the surfboard kind of floating out towards her, and I think she
Yeah,
even uses it at one point later on. So it's like obviously it's
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But just the way that everything was shot, like how they would disappear behind the waves and then they would come
Hmm.
back down and they would be there. It kind of had like that sort of like desert oasis feel to it.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
see something that's not
I get
actually
that.
there.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I don't think that's the case.
No, I don't think so. Um, yeah, I couldn't remember if the guy survived the second guy or
Mm.
if like he got brought back up on the rock, but no,
No.
he makes it there and she's trying to help him up, but he just gets taken down by the shark.
Yeah. There's one part too where she like wakes up on the rock and there's a bunch of crabs crawling all over, like little tiny
Oh
crabs.
yeah.
And she grabs one and the seagull's like kind of, or she fucking stomps one out.
Yeah, she
So
crushes it.
yeah. And the seagull's kind of just like standing there staring at her, like
Yeah.
as if to say, like, I want it. And then she fucking pops it in her mouth and instantly pukes it out.
Yeah.
And like during this scene, I was like, I get maybe you're desperate, but like, why would you try and eat the shell too?
Well, she crushed the shell.
Yeah, but she just fucking popped the whole thing in her mouth.
Yeah, they
Like
sell those at the Asian supermarket.
that's soft shell crab though.
No, they sell baby crabs you can eat just like
You eat the whole
chips.
shell?
Yeah, man.
Really?
We got them like the first time we went to the supermarket and
What do you do?
uh
Fry them up?
no, they're already like just kind of crispy. They're just like chips,
Really?
just eat them out they had. And Bettina grabbed the box and I was like, you're gonna eat that. And she immediately like we had home and she's like nervous doesn't want to do it. I'm like, you bought them, you gotta try it first. So she did not like them. I didn't really like them either. They're like too fishy,
Yeah,
but I put some sriracha on them and they tasted a little bit better. But
that'd be all right.
yeah, but
Hmm.
anyway, yeah, it was like that Seagull off on an email, like just like
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah, and then
So
the
yeah,
seagull starts eating her puke.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Nasty.
Um, so yeah, the next morning, the tide is going to start coming in soon. So she starts to time where the shark is. So the shark like does its laps and she kind of catches onto it. So she has like 30 seconds to get from there to the next island. And then I think to the to the another rock or whatever.
Hmm.
So well first she saves Steven Seagull.
Yep.
She fixes his wing and then she takes the broken surfboard and puts him on it and like pushes him away. Like at first I thought like, are you sacrificing him
Yeah.
to fucking get to the island?
That's what I thought too.
But I guess he just made it to the shore, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. So yeah, she times it like 30 seconds. So she gets in the water, she makes it to the next island. Um, and then I think she does make it to the buoy, I think.
That's
And
not
that's where
till, yeah, that's
because the fat
after.
guy shows up when she's on the buoy, right?
Is
Or is
she
it
on
the
the
rock?
buoy? I think she's on the rock still.
Okay. So she must get to the second rock and then he shows up, I think.
Hmm. But
So it's like
passed
morning,
out.
she's basically this rock, and then she looks on the beach and this fucking fat drunk guy is passed out on the beach.
So
Uh
random.
he has like a bottle in his hand and she's yelling and he wakes up like he's still clearly drunk or something.
Hmm.
He sees her and he just like waves back and he's trying to yell to him, but she's like, over there's my bag. So he walks over there, looking through her bag, gets her phone. He's like fucking drunkly pushing buttons.
Yeah.
Um, opens the wallet, takes the money, takes the bag, and starts walking away. And she's like, "No, no, like take what you want, but like call someone." And then this fucking idiot, like, how much was he gonna get for a surfboard? Come on, like,
I
really?
I don't know, man. That was, yeah, that was fucking stupid.
I mean, I get it because you need to have more kills in this movie.
Yeah.
I guess, like, really, there's only two people that died, right? Or I guess three people.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think of this scene?
I thought it was fucking stupid too. And like that guy's just a grade A piece of shit. Like this woman's out there trapped
Mhm.
and you're just gonna steal all of her shit and then leave and then have the audacity to go into the water and steal her surfboard too. Like
Yeah,
this guy deserves to get eaten, man.
yeah,
Fuck him.
but yeah, you don't see him get killed. It's off screen, except you see
Was it?
him come up on the shore.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like chomped in half and he's trying to crawl away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you hear is like screaming, and then she's like has this crazy look on her face.
Hmm.
But yeah, the guy deserved it. I mean,
Yeah, piece of shit.
yeah. Um, yeah, and then she makes it to the buoy, and I really like this whole sequence on the buoy, but it's like so bad, but
Hmm.
awesome and funny, and I don't know, it's great. She finds a flare gun. There's like a ship that's like passing by. She tries to fire a flare off, and I guess the flares can get wet and still work.
Yeah. Yeah. They're supposed to be waterproof.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, well, because you're out in the water, right? Like,
Yeah, I get that
what
makes
if your
sense. Yeah.
emergency kit got wet or anything like that?
Right. Um,
But they're like duds. Like they don't shoot up in the air like they're supposed to. The first one she shoots like kind of just fizzles out and just fucking lands
yeah.
in the water.
Yeah, and then like the boat's about to pass the island that she fires one, but like I don't think it went off properly, right? It just went up in the
No,
air.
yeah,
And then the ship doesn't come back. And then the shark is still like, excuse me, circling her, and she finds the helmet. So she gets the helmet and she makes a video pretty much saying like, apologize to her dad and her sister and pretty much talking about how she's gonna fight like her mom and all this stuff. And yeah, it's pretty nice.
pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna die
Yeah.
fighting.
So yeah, the shark comes back and I don't know how, but it's fucking super shark, man. It just jumps up on this buoy, gnaws its teeth on the steel grate, and starts like bending it and like pulling it, and then snaps like the chain that like the anchor.
Mhm.
So she falls off into the. Is that?
Yeah, she falls into the water and like the buoy's still attached by one chain,
Because I think
but it,
she's firing at. She fires at it first,
yeah,
right?
she does shoot the flare at it.
Yeah.
And
Which I
that's
don't
what
know
caused
how
it to
that
attack.
works. Like, because it goes in the water and hits the shark, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if flare guns work, to be honest. So I could just be talking shit, but I don't think that would work.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know for sure if it would or not.
but anyway, so the shark flips the buoy over. She's like in the middle of it, and then finally she's just like, "Fuck it!" Like, she's, "If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna take you down with me."
Yeah.
And I love this fucking scene so much. She like grabs the anchor and she's like going down towards where it like detached, and the shark chasing after her, and she sees at the bottom there's like kind of like these spiky bars.
Hmm.
She's going down, then like immediately dodges out of the way, which I don't think she'd be able to do. But anyway, at the last second, then the shark like impales itself onto the fucking spikes.
Hmm. And
And
it like just crumples up like a pop can or something.
yeah, yeah, fucking sick.
One thing we didn't mention when
Mhm.
she's swimming to the buoy, and I didn't like this scene either, but like uh she sees a bunch of jellyfish in the water.
Oh yeah, the jellyfish, yes.
And she remembers one of the surfers saying, whenever you step on the fire coral, it feels like getting stung by jellyfish. And then
Yeah,
she also remembered that whenever the shark was chasing her, he ran into some of that fire coral and it like stunned him basically and like
yeah.
sent him off in another direction.
Hmm.
So she starts to swim in this like huge school of jellyfish.
It's like from Finding Nemo again.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Um, and like she's getting hit by some of it and like she's screaming under the water. And then you see the shark, and it's like a cool shot, but like the way that the jellyfish are all
Bad
randomly,
CGI too, I thought.
yeah, just like randomly all of a sudden the jellyfish are all like fluorescent now and they're all like pink and blue and like
Mhm.
it's a nice looking scene. It just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
And
and like
like
I don't know how, like I don't know where exactly in the ocean like jellyfish usually like stay. But if this is the spot where like the water is not that deep, right? Like I don't know, would there be really that many jellyfish in that small of area?
I mean I do know that jellyfish will like people get stung at beaches and stuff from
Well,
jellyfish.
that's because they're coming up the like they get caught in the tide.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking because of the tide. Like if
Mhm.
the high tide's coming in,
Yeah,
it may have brought them in, but like they looked like they were just chilling out there, like they'd been out there all
yeah,
day, sort of thing.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's possible or if that's what their
Hmm.
habits are like. But anyways, so then the shark chases after her inside there and it gets stung by like 50 jellyfish and then it shoots off into another direction again.
Yeah.
And she makes her way to the buoy. But I don't know. There's just something about that scene that I was not really a fan of.
Okay. Okay. Uh, yeah, so she kills the shark. She makes it back to the island, and um, then we get the kid playing soccer on the beach. He finds the video, and then he sees her out there, and then he goes, um, or no, he doesn't see her. He just sees the
No,
video
he
and
sees the video. Yeah.
goes to get Carlos, who I'm guessing is his dad, maybe.
Yeah.
And then they make it there. They're like looking for, her, and then they see her like on the shore, and she's pretty much almost dead. But then she spits out all the water, and she pretty much makes it out alive. She's like, I think she was on the cusp of dying because she like
Mhm.
saw her mom like as Carlos, right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like they're kind of going for like, okay, this is how she's gonna gain the strength to live through this, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. And then yeah, so she lives, and then the last scene is she makes it back to Texas. I don't know how many years it is after, but
Just 1 year.
okay. Yeah, she's surfing with her sister and her dad, and dad's like, "Your mom will be proud of you." And I was just thinking, like, if I was her, I wouldn't go surfing this close to after that fucking like nightmare.
Me either, but I don't know, man. Like, there's people out there that they're just like, I'm not gonna let that scare me or turn me away from what I love doing.
Yeah, but I think a little bit piece of you would
More than a year.
feel that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with you.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, not much else to this. Anything else you want to mention or talk about?
No, I mean it's a pretty straight and narrow movie. Like, not
Yeah.
a whole lot to dissect or
Mm-hmm.
discuss any further, I guess.
Cool. Well, all right. Well, that's the way the blood splatters.
Hmm. This beer's making me gassy. Keep having a burp. All right, how did you rate this movie?
So for story, I gave it a 6 out of 10. I said movie set in one location with basically one central character are usually not that great at story development, but I think that this one does a decent job. You get some backstory with Nancy with like kind of I like did like how they use like her and her phone to show just pictures
Mm,
of like her mom instead of like having long dialogue or something like that.
yeah.
Um, and then Steven Seagal was awesome too. I liked him. And the quality, I give it 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought it's a well-made movie. The location is great. The cinematography, it looks really nice. I thought Blake Lively did a great job. The other acting, like there's not much. There's not really any other acting in it. I did like the interaction between her and Carlos. Like they felt like
Hmm.
they were friends, even though they just met each other.
Hmm.
The CGI was pretty poor. I thought, but I like the score. Yeah, just a good time. Good, one of the better shark movies, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially considering like the content of it, like
yeah,
one shot
exactly.
locate or one location shot and everything.
Yeah. So,
Um,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say a 7 out of 10 and 8 out of 10.
Did you say 7 or 6 for your story?
Okay, I say 6. I wrote down 7, but then I forgot I changed it. Yeah.
You had me confused.
Okay, 6 out of 10 and 8 out of 10.
There you go. Okay. Why I was confused because I also gave my story a 6 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
So our scores are very similar. 6 out of 10 for the story. I said nothing overly special here. It's just like a good, well-made shark movie.
Mm-hmm.
The reasoning behind Nancy being at the beach is a nice touch, but like it's not groundbreaking. Like it's happened before. We've seen it before. Um, uh, although like it was a nice touch for a shark movie. Um, but like not much really to say about this movie story wise.
Okay.
Quality, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I said Blake Lively did a great job being the only person on screen for 90% of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And kudos to her little seagull friend as well. He needs some recognition. Although the CGI isn't terrible, it is starting to show signs of aging with this watch, and that's a lot considering it's only 7 years old. There's good tension in a lot of the scenes, and I think they did a really good job with making you feel like Nancy could die at any moment, even though we know that she's not going to. Like there was multiple times where it's like, okay, this could
Mm-hmm.
easily be the time where she dies,
Yeah.
but doesn't. So yeah, 6 out of 10 is 7 out of 10 for me.
Nice.
All right, you guys know our scores. Let's head on over to Rotten Tomatoes and see what they've scored it. The critics' consensus: lean and solidly crafted, The Shallows transcends tired shark attack tropes with nasty thrills and a powerful performance from Blake Lively. So, based off that, what do you think the critics scored it?
I'm gonna say 70%.
78%.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's on 220 reviews and an average score of 6.5 out of 10. The audience score was a 59% on 25,000 ratings and an average score of 3.4 to 5 or 6.8 out of 10.
Nice. Nice.
So
Nice.
fairly well received.
Yep. Yep. The Shallows on Letterboxd has a 3.0 out of 5. I gave it a 3.5. I believe you gave it a 3.
Yes, I did.
Erica from Horror Cafe gave it a 3.5. Our good buddy Alan is on Letterboxd now, so go give him a follow. Alan Robertson,
Mhm.
3 out of 5. Let's see who else. No, there's probably more here. Slash and Captain, 3.5 out of 5. Scream and Cinema, 2.5 out of 5. And that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So pretty much everyone was in like the 3.5 range.
Yeah.
Not bad, not great, just good.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the scare section?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what did you give it for a scare rating?
Scare rating, I gave it a 6 out of 10. Just because like the scenario is pretty scary. Like I definitely wouldn't know what to do in that
Mm.
situation. I don't want to skip ahead, but um yeah, like the gore is like okay. But really like the intensity and stuff like that was really done
Mm.
well. So yeah.
Nice.
Scary scene. Nothing really like scary. I would probably go with like the scene whenever the two surfers are about to get killed and they're
Okay.
like coming up and you kind of don't know like if they died, if they lived and stuff like that. I thought that
Mm.
scene was filmed really well.
Nice.
And then would I survive? Well, I'm not a medical student and I can't swim that well, so I would definitely not survive. I wouldn't even make it to the first wave. The shark wouldn't even kill me. I'd die just drowning.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
My scare rating, I gave it a 5 out of 10. Good tension, good sense of dread for Nancy. The score was very effective in creating
Mhm.
like more of this like tension during those chase scenes and like whenever she's trying to plan out what she wants to do. Like you mentioned, like there's not a lot of gore, but the stuff that we do see is pretty well done. Like the guy that's half eaten on the beach and he's crawling up there and
Mhm.
like you can see his guts splattered out all over the place. My scariest scene I said was the scene on the buoy, like whenever it breaks and she's kind of inside of it and the shark keeps coming back for
Mhm.
more and keeps like ripping off more of the buoy.
Yeah,
It's not plausible, but I don't know, just that scene, like that would be fucking terrifying, dude.
that would. Yeah.
Like you're trapped
Yeah.
in that thing and then this
Well, it's like
shark
that
just
video, like from I don't know, a couple months ago, the guy in like the glass case or the plexiglass case, and the shark fucking bursted through
oh
it
really? I didn't
when
see
he was
that.
in it. Oh man, it's crazy.
Fuck that. Yeah, no thanks. Would I survive? I said in the event that I could surf and would actually be out there, I think I could survive because I don't think this movie accurately portrays how a shark would be acting
Hmm.
in this situation. I think I could wait it out for like a day or two.
Hmm.
Like I don't think the shark's going to last that long out there. And I
Hmm.
really don't think, considering that, like I already mentioned it with that whale out there, I don't
Hmm.
think it's going to be turning its sole focus onto me whenever there's like a fucking 5 ton whale out there just ripe for the picking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay.
Realistically, probably not, but I'm going to talk tough right now.
All right.
All right. That's that. I
That's
know
that.
you're about to drop a bomb on me, so I'm excited to hear what you come up
I mean, I
with.
don't know if it's bomb, but so yeah, I may be cheating a little bit here, but you can be the judge of it if you'll accept it or not. Um, so your theme for this month was movies that make us wet, me wet, whatever. Uh, so we are going to be batting down the hatches and kicking it inside while we try and survive a or try. Sorry, let me start over. You can cut this out. We will be batting down the hatches and gathering inside while we have ourselves a good old hurricane party while we watch Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's a yeah, I never would have thought that. Because you texted me earlier and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna throw a little loop on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down. I'm so down.
All right, cool. I'm glad you
There's lots
accept.
of there's water in it. Like you said, it's like a fucking it's a hurricane.
Yeah, exactly.
But fuck it.
Cool.
Sweet. All right. So join us next week where we talk about bodies, bodies, bodies.
Yeah.
And if you want to catch us on social media, you can find us at a podcast on Elm Street on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. If you click the link in our bio on Instagram, you'll find links to our TeePublic account where we have our merch. And if you're listening, I think it's for this weekend only. There's a 35% sale on TeePublic. So head on over there and get some merch. Now is your chance to get it cheap.
Do it. Yeah.
There's also links to our Patreon account if you wish to support the podcast that way. And there's links to each of our individual Letterboxd accounts, our Discord server, and anywhere that you can listen to us.
Yeah.
I can't stop coughing. All right.
Cool. All right. Well, that wraps it up for this week. We'll talk to you next week.
See you later.